Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I'd like to introduce you three major and fundamental AIs that are so common in the world. They are gonna be useful for you, and I know that you will use them or you're using them in your daily life. Okay, these are the major models, and in the next videos in the future, I will introduce you other AIs that are using the combination of different models from, as I told you, from different AIs, major AIs like ChatGPT, like Gemini and Copilot. Based on the question that you are asking, they provide you the best model and the best compatible model to answer you. Okay, but this is not our scope for now. For now, I only want to introduce you three important and major AIs. So guys, let's get started. The first AI is ChatGPT. I know that a lot of you are familiar with this AI and you're using it, but I know that a lot of people are struggling how to use it and they don't know how to write prompts and how to clarify the request in order to gain the most valuable and most precise answer. But this is not the scope of this video, but I explore some of the characteristics and features and capabilities of ChatGPT. You can check it in the description down below. But today, I just like to introduce you. As you see here, there are several capabilities, for instance, about creating image, about creating code, summarizing text. I don't know about your, based on this channel perspective, we can ask for prioritizing tasks, about daily actions, how can we be, for instance, more confident, how can we improve ourselves, and etc. Okay, so these are various aspects that you can use them. About the creating image, it has so many problems, unfortunately, and I hope that in the next versions that would be fixed and meet this requirement. So for now, for instance, I can ask how can I be more confident. This is the free version, not premium. In free version, again, it caters to various problems, and if you subscribe, it provides you more capabilities and it beyond the limitation, because this is the free version that I'm using, and when you're using this version, sometimes it prompts you for limitation if you are using for several messages. As you see, how can I be more confident? For instance, practice self-acceptance, about set small achievable goals, for instance, about go beyond your limitation. It means that you're just going out from your comfort zone, that most of the people are afraid, about the growth mindset, and etc. As you see, various aspects are covered by ChatGPT, and it's gonna be useful. Okay, this is not just about it. For instance, about this, I wanna summarize. It doesn't matter that, for instance, as you see, if you have a problem in the spelling, it's absolutely fine. Just try to write and spell the most of them, and others will be predicted by ChatGPT. As you see, this is the summarization and are great. Accept yourself, embrace your strength and areas for growth, and others, as you see. So that's it. Another AI that's gonna be useful again is Gemini. In my perspective and in my experience in these years, I found ChatGPT the most powerful one among these AIs. But Gemini, it's somehow useful, but it needs more clarification than ChatGPT. ChatGPT is more smart, and for instance, when you write a message, it could be figured out by ChatGPT, and it can provide you almost right answer. But in Gemini and even in Copilot, they struggle with your message, and they should be clarified. Okay, you need to direct them much more than ChatGPT. This is my perspective. Maybe in other scope they will be more directed, but in my perspective, for the things that I've done, they needed to be directed and guided, and I had to direct them with so many messages. I need this, I need that, please don't write this, skip that part, and others. So ChatGPT is from OpenAI, and Gemini is from Google, and Copilot is from Microsoft. Gemini is good too, but in some aspects, unfortunately, it has problems, and as I told you, it needs a lot of clarification. But especially for general use, it's going to be useful, again, with clarification. For instance, how can I be confident? Let's see what is the differences. As you see, about mindset shift and about the practical action, positive self-talk, okay, it's about the self-compassion, embrace imperfections, and about focus on progress, not perfection, and visualize success. Various techniques that you can use for mindset shift, and we have practical actions. This is the almost same idea from ChatGPT. Here, as you see, step out of your comfort zone, step outside your comfort zone, set a achievable goal. Again, set a small goals, learn new skills, take care of yourself, to rest, to impress, and others. As you see, not bad. For some of the, as I told you, for some of the topics, it's really straightforward. But for instance, if you're coding, you need more advanced AI. They're not bad, but you have to choose the best model. As I promise you, in the future, I will talk about AIs that use various models from Gemini, from ChatGPT, from Copilot, and other AIs that can provide you the best answer. Okay, the next one is about Copilot. Copilot is from Microsoft, as I told you, and Copilot is great. And in one of the aspects that I found it very useful was in troubleshooting, especially in coding. For instance, I had a program and it didn't work, and I used ChatGPT. It couldn't find out the problem, and then I used Microsoft Copilot in order to solve it, and fortunately it could found a really small problem, and it wasn't bad, but it just figured out what was the problem. And then for improvement, again I used ChatGPT because Copilot couldn't provide me the code that I wanted. So Copilot is not bad, and you can use it again like Gemini, but in some cases I prefer Copilot in comparison with Gemini. So again, let's ask the question, how can be more confidence? As you see here, it didn't provide us any special practical strategies or something like this. Again, it needed to be directed, it needed to be clarified. I like to ask, provide me some practical actions to improve my confidence. As you see, whenever I ask, it provides me some of the strategies. It's not bad. It's more summarized. As you see, it's more summarized, and Gemini as well. But Gemini is more productive. It doesn't mean that it provides you very productive content. I mean, just generating answers. It generates, Copilot is more summarized and related to other AIs. So power posing, daily affirmations, skill building, dress for success, and step out. So as you see here, we see different, almost different perspective, somehow different from two other AIs. I like this and ChatGPT more, especially ChatGPT for this question, but Gemini was good too. Before introducing and before getting familiar with the AIs that can provide you different models to answer you, or it could be chosen automatically that which model is more appropriate for you, my suggestion is, for now, if you don't know about that AIs, consider these three AIs, for instance, and compare the results, compare the answers, okay? For instance, in ChatGPT, we have this one, okay? In Gemini, we have this one, and in Copilot, this one. So I prefer, for instance, ChatGPT based on my preferences, based on my perspective, based on my requirements, okay? I can choose, for instance, one of them, but this is a very simple part, okay? I am just asking, I'm just I just provided one question, okay? I didn't direct them. So, in my perspective, just a little, I spent some time to clarify them, to direct them. Maybe, for instance, if Gemini directed, it would provide you a better answer, for instance, than ChatGPT. So, a little playing with them and direct them, clarify them about what is your need to be met, and then compare them which one is suitable. Please don't just consider this question. I prefer, for instance, in the three AIs based on my needs, ChatGPT, because it's more straightforward. It could be more smarter for me, and I need less clarification, and it provides me a lot of useful and valuable information rather than, for instance, Gemini and Copilot. I don't have time to spend so much time to clarify them and direct them, and finally, they confused. Okay, for my need, for my requirements, ChatGPT is my preference. So, as I told you, just play with them and provide them some clarification and direction. And then, for conclusion, you can find, for instance, one of them. And another important trick for this is you can combine them together. And for combination, again, I suggest you ChatGPT. For instance, you find out for instance, these five are great. Okay, you can put them on a Word or any other editor. Doesn't matter. For instance, I like this, and I come here and I don't know, maybe about the dress. I like these actions as well, strategies, and about the Copilot, for instance. Again, these four strategies, and I like to ask ChatGPT, please combine these strategies and improve. As you see, accept yourself, set small achievable goals, step out of your comfort zone gradually, adopt a growth mindset, prioritize self-care, dress to impress. As you see, we have a combination answer, and I love this part. Sometimes you have to manual do something, for instance, gather information, gather a part of information from ChatGPT, another part from Gemini, another from Copilot, or any other resources, and then ask ChatGPT to combine them together and provide you a more comprehensive analysis answer. Okay, it's gonna be great. And another hint that I provide you already is ChatGPT stocks in a very particular part, and then it doesn't know what to do, or it cannot solve it, just stuck in a loop, and you're confused and you're getting bored about, oh my god, what should I do? Pick that answer from ChatGPT and provide it. For instance, for Copilot, this is something that and work for me. Provide it for Microsoft Copilot, and then if you found something useful, more better than ChatGPT, you can provide it. You can copy the answer and feed it to ChatGPT, and then based on this guidance, ChatGPT provides you more better answer. Actually, you're providing the trick, you're providing the key part that ChatGPT should focus on. This is the really important part. So as I told you, we have different combination, and all of them can be returned to yourself, that how you can manage them. Don't confuse and don't get bored, just have to spend some time. And always I'm telling myself that if these AIs wouldn't be existed, I had to do all of them on my own. So all of this summarization, all of this analysis, all of this documentation, and etc. So we have these AIs, and spending some time to learn how to work with them is absolutely valuable to save you time and energy for 1,000 times. And I promise you, instead of spending so much time struggling with your documents, with your studying, and with your working, and anything that requires information, other aspects, please just learn how to work with AIs. And some of the people aren't familiar with technology, but technology, especially in this moment, is very useful for us. and can lead us for better results in much less time. For instance, consider 20 years ago or 30 years ago that the people had to spend a lot of time to learn something and then adapted it, and after a while, unfortunately, they couldn't, for instance, improve it anymore, or I don't know, they forgot something. But we have AI. It updates all the time and can help us, especially for now. Maybe 3 or 4 years ago, it wasn't as useful as today. In these years, they tried to improve it really, really hard. For instance, about the release of dates for Gemini, you see that 3110, 910, it's only 20 days. And again, it's only 3 days, guys. This is amazing. This means that they are working so hard for improvement, as you see. Or I can search about ChatGPT update release as well. They are working so hard. For instance, about August 8, about July, and others. So they are working really hard. Or about Copilot, this version that you're seeing right now is it's a new updated from Microsoft. So don't underestimate AIs, guys. Use them in order to have more progress. Otherwise, you will be gradually vanished from real markets. So please stick with technology and learn how to work with them instead of spending time to do something all manually. So guys, thank you so much for taking your time, and thank you for your attention. I hope this video you found it very helpful, and I see you in later videos. Take care guys, love you, bye bye.